Good evening and welcome to round 13 NPL Victoria football as Preston Lions take on Green Gully for the first time in 5,795 days. These two sides have met 58 times before tonight, but not in any sort of competition since June 20, 2009. So, two sides that have plenty of history, but not so much in the 21st century, lining up here today for the first time in almost 16 years. Both sides firmly in the mix for finals football. Preston coming into this game fresh off a 2-1 win here at BT Connor Reserve against St Albans, while Green Gully, they're in a bit of good form themselves. They've won their last 3 in all competitions, including a 1-0 win against South Melbourne, which has them on the precipice of the top 6. A win for them will see them leapfrog Hume City and go into the top 6 for the time being, while Preston will be hoping to keep the pressure on the top 4 in their hopes of playing finals in their first season back in Victoria's top flight. My name is Nick DeBarno, filling in today for Josh Parrish as we get set for what is set to be a Friday night blockbuster. We'll take you through the starting lineups for both teams. Preston are unchanged from the side that beat St Albans last week from a starting lineup perspective. There is one change to the squad though. Aaron Anderson is back in the squad. He's on the bench tonight, replacing Dominic Foligno. The starting lineup made up of Lucas Trenkovski, Emil Pios, Leighton Brooks, Jonas Markovski, Jake Trajkovski, Matthew Bozanovski, Jason Romero, Oliver Kubalay, Adrian Valenti, Stefan Nigro, and Gian Albano. And of course, Anderson joined by Bon Scott, Giorgio Sirdenis, Connor Bell, Marcus Schroen, and Brandon Lawton on the bench. Green Gully, they've made 2 changes from the side that beat South Melbourne last week, one enforced with Casper Haller missing through suspension after he got his 5th yellow card of the season last week. He's replaced the starting lineup by Adisu Bayu, who makes his first start of the season for Green Gully. And also dropping out of the starting lineup is Gianluca Iannucci, and coming in for him is Carl Imanzi. The rest of that starting lineup for Green Gully: Liam Driscoll, Judd McDougall, Jalil Regaig, Matthew Crooks, Paul Hodges, Scott Lockhead, Joshua Hope, Declan Wynn, Carl Imanzi, as we mentioned, of course, Adisu Bayu and Amir Abdullah. On the bench, Thomas Favreau, Riley Byrne, Maurice Nugent, Gianluca Iannucci, Braden Portelli and Alione Kiflay. As we get things underway, it's Green Gully going from right to left in their away blue kits. Preston in their traditional red going from left to right. As we get things underway, Preston looking to close the gap on the top 4 that have started to create a little bit of separation from the pack. A win for Preston would take them within 4 points of the top 4 to start the round and keep them right within touching distance of Dandenong Thunder, who are in 4th, who they do play next week. Well, as we mentioned, if Green Gully do win, they'll go into 6th for the time being, leapfrogging Hume City, who play Melbourne Victory on Monday night. Valenti with a long ball looking for Jonas Markovski. Kubalay getting across and he's dispossessed. Nice turnout here on a cool Friday night here in Melbourne. Driscoll playing out from the back there to McDougall. Here is Adisu Bayu making his first start of the season. Abdullah switching ball, looking for the run there of Josh Hope, but it's intercepted by his former Melbourne Victory teammate Stefan Nigro. Valenti to put a foot in, but the ball goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Lockhead with the flick on, and it's well played by Trajkovski to get ahead of the Gully attack. Pios playing it all the way back to Trajkovski, who's slotted in brilliantly at centre-back over the last couple of weeks. Aaron Anderson, of course, missed last week. Tchaikovsky for his 4th start of the season. Here is Jason Romero looking to repeat his exploits from last week. Did score against St Albans. It was a fantastic goal at that. Him and Gian Albano on the score sheet. That 2-1 win here against Dinamo on the side of a brilliant Michael Gergic goal. Regag with a first-time ball, and Bozanovsky getting there ahead of Bayou and rockets that pass back to Trenkovsky. Making his 5th start of the season, 5th consecutive start at that, since stepping in ahead of Bon Scott as Preston's #1 choice between the sticks. Kubalay with a long ball over the top, and well played there from Declan Wynn before it could get through to Brooks, and was easily able to nod that one back to Liam Driscoll. After a bit of a rocky start to this season, Green Gully have really steadied the ship in the last month or so. They've won 4 of their last 5 in all competitions. And got themselves right in the mix for finals football this season. Of course, have missed finals in the last 2 years and hoping to get back there in the first season under David Chick. Valenti with a first-time ball over the top, but straight through there to Liam Driscoll. Valenti there with the interception, playing it through. Lovely feet there from Jason Romero. Now in a crossing position here is the American attacker. Albano in support. Feeds it back out wide to Valenti. Kubalay. Preston happy just to sit on the ball here and dictate things for the time being. Kubalay looking to feed it through, but it's turned over. Well played there from Scott Lockhead, looking to feed it through towards the run of Josh Hope, but it's well defended. And the ball over the top there from Pios might work out for Albano, but it's well defended by McDougall. Patient here in their build-up are the Lions as Negro plays it centrally. Pios to Brooks has the support coming from Negro from fullback. Backhill towards Preston number 32, but it's well defended. Regag plays it forward, and here is Amir Abdullah. Lovely cut inside there from the reigning gold medalist, and looking to go himself here. Has Bayou in support. Going to feed it through. Bayou here looks to cross, and it's out for a corner. So the first corner of the game here for the visitors. Samir Abdullah looking to kickstart that attack. 3 goals to his name this season for the reigning gold medalist and Bill Fleming medalist. It was an absolute fire last year for Hume City. For joining Green Gully in the off-season, one of the coups of the off-season, Gully being able to land a player with the calibre of Amir Abdullah. Ball whipped into the near posts, and it's nodded away there by Kubalay. Lockhead finds Hope. Himself into a crossing position. He did well, and he cuts it back, and it's well defended, cleared away. Here's Hodges. Plays it off to Lockhead. Crosses it into the area. It's not a bad ball in towards the back post, and Trenkovsky got a fist to it, and Jalil Regag was there waiting at the back post. He crosses it in on his left, and it's cleared away. So a nice little spell there from Gully, but now they might find themselves under pressure. Markovsky looking to get forward here. Feeds it out wide there to Brooks. Has players waiting in the middle. Brooks goes for goal himself and just fizzes it wide of the post. And Leighton Brooks, how dangerous he is, how electric he started this season. 4 goals in the early weeks of this campaign. Still looking to add to his tally. It was not a bad effort there from the former Melbourne Victory winger. So first real chance of the game going to Preston. A good battle between him and Declan Wynn. Declan Wynn, plenty of experience playing right across the world, and so having 16 caps for New Zealand too. Another really solid signing for Green Gully ahead of this season. So that'll be a bit of a fascinating watch throughout the 90 minutes tonight. Bozanovski. Valenti looking to feed it through towards the run of Albano. Markovski did well. Albano looking to play it back towards Markovski. It's fed all the way back to Driscoll, who has to clear it away first time. Valenti. Here's Romero. So back to Valenti. Lays it off. Romero! Oh, that's brilliant! Jason Romero continues his hot streak with a fantastic goal. And Preston take the lead at BT Connor Reserve. His 5th goal of the season. And that was an absolute rocket. And a fast start here for Preston. They had to be patient in the early moments. And Jason Romero taking his opportunities. Scored a brilliant goal at that end of the ground last week against St Albans. And picking up right where he left off. Did open the scoring very early in that game. And since returning to the starting lineup, he's playing like a man possessed. And this is exactly what Preston would have wanted to see from Romero when they brought him in this off-season. Fascinating to see how Green Gully respond from this. And Preston with their tails up early and in the lead. Green Gully's still looking for that major scalp this season. It did beat South Melbourne, of course, but we do know about South Melbourne's struggles this season, but yet to beat any of the sides inside the top 6. They did get a point against Oakley. And they play Avondale next week, but were beaten by both Dandenong Thunder and Heidelberg on the road. But a big test for them as Paul Hodges turns that one over and it's out for a throw-in. He's not too happy about that one, the Englishman. So Preston will be very pleased with this start. A goal to the good, courtesy of Jason Romero. And here he is in possession, dropping very deep. Of course, if Preston do win this game, we did talk about how long it had been since these two sides met, which was, of course, 5,795 days ago. If they do win today, it'll be their first win against Green Gully in 6,116 days, which came all the way back in August 3, 2008. At Green Gully Reserve, a 3-2 win. But their last win here at home against Green Gully, all the way back on September 2nd, 2007, a 2-1 win here. So that was 6,453 days ago for those playing along at home. It's been a long time between drinks. But of course, it's been a long time between drinks since we've seen this fixture just in general, as Brooks looking to feed it through towards Markovski, and Regag makes a strong challenge. It's out there for a throw. Brooks, well played by Wynn, getting across. Regag steps through the first challenge and plays it up the line. Pios getting across, and a key interception. Duel here between both Kubalay and Hope, and it works out here for Kubalay, and here's Pios towards Brooks, and it'll be coming back for a free kick. Referee Jonathan Barrero calling it back. So a set-piece opportunity here for the Lions. A goal to the good, and right now in control of this contest on the scoreboard, but also the way the game state is right now, it's all the home side. Let's see what they can do from this one, though. Romero, who floats it into the area. Not a bad ball in, but it's cleared away at the back post by Crooks. Now Lockhead, and the chance for Green Gully to break, but Lockhead couldn't play it through towards the run coming for Amir Abdullah. It's out for a corner here for Preston, so another chance here for the home side. They've been able to really lock it in their half for the best part of this game so far. See how David Chick's side is able to respond. Preston hoping to double their lead here from this set piece. Short corner routine here for the Lions, and it's shot on goal there from Leighton Brooks in the end, and it wasn't a bad effort at that, and it's hit the side netting. Two early opportunities from range for Brooks, and all of Preston's chances have come from range so far. Of course, one of those yielding a goal, but looking to test Liam Driscoll in the early going. They've got the players that can certainly hit them, as we saw with that Romero goal. Bozanovsky wins the header. Imanzi gets across, just to slow things down and calm it down for just a moment. Regag going all the way back to Driscoll, who clears it first time. Abdullah couldn't bring it under his spell there. This nimble Green Gully attack just not really been able to penetrate Preston's backline, which features plenty of tall timber, as Tchaikovsky with a long ball looking for Brooks, and Driscoll coming off his line to collect. Here's Hope. Manzi under pressure there from Markovski. Thing that has really plagued Green Gully for the best part of 2 seasons is having that consistent out-and-out number 9, that consistent goal scorer. Again, trying to go a little bit more nimble today is Abdullah, looking to feed it through towards Crooks, and well defended there by Tchaikovsky to Trenkovsky. It's like a bit of a front two at times for Green Gully, with Abdullah and Bayu leading the line, and Hope and Lockhead offering support in those wide areas. Here's Romero. Looking to feed it through to Brooks, but Declan Wynn did well to scout that long ball. Hope. Manzi, it's a Poor touch there from Amanzi, and now a chance for Preston to break. Brooks in a crossing position along the deck, and it's put behind there for a corner. Preston looking to make Gully pay. Sloppiness there in the middle of the park there from Karl Amanzi, just opening up the door for Preston to break in transition. Danger not completely cleared, though, for the Gully defence, now having to face the pressure of another set piece. And a tall timber of Matt Bozanovsky and Jake Tchaikovsky coming up from the back. Neither have hit the scoreboard yet this season. Bozanovsky's height, you get the sense with... It's quite a tall target and someone who you'd back to get on the end of some of these set pieces throughout the season. Ball whipped into the near post, and it's nodded away. It'll be coming back. Valenti into the area. Cleared away again there by Hope. Negro out wide. Here's Albano looking to play it along the deck, and McDougall clears it away first time. And again, Preston can just control things. Pios put himself under a little bit of extra pressure there, but Tchaikovsky did well before Bayou could get in behind. Abdullah. Win. Bit of a prolonged spell of possession here for the visitors. Have not really been able to get a foothold of this contest, and they've turned it over again. Here's Brooks. Feeds through Romero. Has players lining up in the middle. Romero cuts it back, looking for the run of Albano. And it's 2-0 to Preston. They make Gully pay. And it's deja vu at BT Connor Reserve, as Romero and Albano for a second consecutive week on the score sheet. And Preston are firing early doors here at BT Connor Reserve. Sloppiness in the middle of the park yet again from Green Gully. And Preston make them pay. 2-0 up in the early going. And Gian Albano getting on the end of the assist there from Romero. Goal and an assist now to his name. Albano with his third of the season. A very, very strong start here for Preston. How can Green Gully respond from this? Down early after the good form that they'd been in over the last few weeks, after getting themselves some consistent results. It's not the start that they were hoping for. Winning the header. Romero. No free kick awarded. Lockhead. Here's Amir Abdullah looking to fire from range. His shot's blocked. Looks just unable to keep that one alive. So just going back to that goal there for Preston. It's Judd McDougall who turned it over in a dangerous position, opened the door for the Lions, and it was such a tidy finish from Albano. Just ghosting in at the back post and able to tap home. Romero did so well just to wait, was so patient, waiting for the players to come through. He had Markovsky making that first run, and then Albano just ghosting in at the back and able to tap home. It's good to see Gian Albano really start to hit his straps for Preston. Of course, started the year with an injury and had to be patient for his opportunities. He's got 3 goals to his name now and really making a name for himself here at BT Connor Reserve. Continuing that rich goal-scoring form that he showed at Melbourne Knights. Now up to 48 career NPL Victoria goals, so closing in on the half-century. Dougal and Imanzi with a bit of a mix-up there in the middle of the park, but it still works out here for Gully. Lockhead to cut inside here, the Scotsman. Bayou looked to find Abdullah, but it's cleared away. Hodges. Hope lets it run. Plays it along the deck to Imanzi, who feeds it back to Hodges. Well played there, and now a chance for Preston to go back the other way. Here goes Romero, who's just been everywhere in the early going. Markovski. Red jerseys everywhere. Kubalay. Out wide to Albano. Albano cuts inside, fires on his right, and it's saved by Driscoll. And when Preston break in transition, they're just patient on both ends before the turnover and after it. Don't rush anything. They just wait for numbers to get forward, and it seems just like an avalanche every single time. Happy just to sit off Green Gully as well when they have possession and just wait for the turnover. It's served them good so far. Win today for Preston. Take them into 4th on the ladder, or just, sorry, they'll be, apologies for that one, they will be 4 points off the top 4. Won't be jumping Dandenong Thunder just yet, but would need to string together a few results and hope for some results to turn in their favour. Of course, they do play Thunder next week at George Andrews Reserve. Keeping an eye on Dandy Thunder's game against St Albans tomorrow evening at George Andrews, but of course they're still within touching distance of the likes of Oakley and Heidelberg if they're able to win this game, and they'll only be 4 points behind them too. Of course, those two sides in action against each other tonight. Ball's turned over. Hodges. Here's Lockhead. Cutting inside. Still going Scott Lockhead. It's cleared there by Stefan Negro. Markovski got a footing just before Hodges. Now Imanzi. It's turned over, and now a chance for Preston to go back the other way. Kubalay. Albano. Looking to go himself here, John Albano. Already has one to his name and was looking for his partner in crime, Romero, but it's turned over. Hope. Well played there by Negro. Slowing down Gully's counter-attack, and again they're forced to retreat. Regaig, long ball looking for the run of Bayou. Bounces all the way through to Lucas Trankovski. Looking across the league tonight, 3 games happening concurrently right across NPL Victoria. Of course, we mentioned Oakley Heidelberg 0-0 in that one after 42 minutes. Altona leading Port Melbourne 2-1. Battle of the two sides at the bottom end of the standings. Desperate for points in that relegation battle, and of course 2-0 here. Romero and Albano with the goals. In case you've missed it, you're just tuning in. Here's Regaig. Lockhead. Inside is Scott Lockhead, still going, fires, and it just fizzes past the post. The first real opportunity there for Green Gully. Round of applause coming from the Gully bench after that one. And Scott Lockhead, he's had a few moments. We know he has goals in him. Decided to take it upon himself to try and pull one back for Green Gully. Really a trusted soldier of David Chick. Of course, he's worked under Chick at Pascoe Vale, Bentley Greens, Dandy Thunder. It's one of his signings when he took over here at Green Gully this season. Coming across from Bentley, where he did sign him ahead of last season. Chick, that is, signing Lockhead at the start of the 2024 season. Gully under pressure there from Imanzi, but did well. Here's Valenti. Albano. Backing board to Valenti. The run comes from Markovski. McDougall. Just trailing him, and in the end, he wins the free kick against Markovski. Judd McDougall, third appearance now for Green Gully. WA boy, of course, formerly of Perth Glory's youth team and Perth Soccer Club. Negro did well and was able to usher Josh Hope off the ball. These two would have plenty of history going up against each other on the training fields at Gosh's Paddock, of course, from their times at Melbourne Victory, part of a A-League Championship side in 2018. Here's Valenti. Playing it centrally towards Romero. He's just been everywhere in the early going. Valenti, Albano. Plays it short, Valenti along the deck, and it's not cleared entirely. Kubalay, here's Brooks. Negro fires. And just over the bar. Just unable to get his body over that one. And Stefan Negro still looking for his first Preston Lions goal. Of course, playing against one of his former teams today in Green Gully. His first season back in NPL Victoria. For Stefan Negro, the Preston Lions captain, of course, a well-tenured A-Leagues player playing for the likes of Melbourne Victory in 2 stints, Brisbane Roar, Central Coast Mariners. He's most recently at Victory for the last 3 A-League seasons before returning to NPL this year with Preston. Abdullah. Still going, Amir Abdullah, and he's turned it over. Hodges. Regag. Well played again there by Stefan Negro, and bit of a swing and a miss there from Negro, and caught Regag, and a bit of words afterwards, but Stefan Negro just saying, all an accident. Meant the ball and just caught him on the follow-through. Here's Romero. Strong first touch there and wins the free kick. Jason Romero's really just been everywhere. Instrumental in the early going for Preston. A few quiet weeks, was relegated to the bench, but the last couple of weeks, including tonight, back in the starting lineup, he's really making the most of his opportunity. It's another one of these Preston players with a bit of A-League experience to his name as well. Crooks ushers that one behind and out for a goal kick. It's great to see during the week Green Gully posting a video courtesy of Content Hype. Matthew Crooks talking about that he'll be running the Melbourne Marathon later this year. to raise money for cancer, a cause very close to his heart. So ball looking to be fed through there from Bayou. Thought he should have won a free kick, did his teammate Amir Abdullah and a few of his other Gully compatriots, but nonetheless, it's just going to be a throw in there for the visitors. Imanzi. Too much on that one, and it's out for a goal kick. .34 minutes played here at BT Connor Reserve. Preston 2 goals to the good. Jason Romero and John Albano. The 2 early strikes giving the Lions the lead in the early going as Brooks with the interception. Here's Romero again. Reggae couldn't win it. Romero's in behind again. Looks around Driscoll, still going. Feeds it towards Kubalay, but that's a desperate challenge from Imanzi. Well defended. Danger not cleared though. Here's Brooks cutting inside. Fires on his left. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Unbelievable. Gully now have a chance to finally clear here through Crooks. It's not over yet. Kubalay wins it back off Hodges. The Lions aren't done. Ball fed towards Leighton Brooks, who's hoping to chase this one down at the back post. Hope with a shove, no free kick given, and now a chance for Green Gully to go back the other way. Here's Adisu Bayou. Plays it short to Lockhead. Out wide to Abdullah. Looking to make something happen here. Cutting inside Amir Abdullah. Fires on his right. Shots blocked. Comes out to Lockhead, who sends that one searing over the bar. All action at both ends of the ground. The Preston players were queuing up inside the box, and Carla Barnsey with a desperate challenge to deny Ollie Kubalay his first Preston goal. And then Leighton Brooks, only seconds later, smacking the crossbar. And back the other way, Scott Lockhead. An opportunity for himself for the visitors, and frantic minute at BT Connor Reserve, and still the score remains 2-0 to Preston. Ooh, poor pass there from Trenkovski. He's turned it over. A very dangerous position here, so what can Gully do? Been a little bit better in the last few minutes, of course. Scott Lockhead having 2 opportunities for himself, but still yet to put one on target as the ball's whipped into the area. Hodges got a head to it. Trenkovski comes off his line with a double fist. Hodges towards goal. And it's cleared off the line and away by Trenkovski. Paul Hodges very close to adding a second in 2 games, as Imanzi did well to win it back. And he wins just a throw-in the end. So Louis Yatsevsky not best pleased with that one, that Lucas Trenkovski didn't catch the ball and went for the spoil instead, and it lands at the feet there of Hodges. But an unguarded goal until Trenkovski got across. Hope, and it's turned over here. Romero flicks it around McDougall, and out comes Driscoll off his line. What an opportunity there for Jason Romero yet again, but here come Preston, Albano. They come centrally, and it's well played there from Hodges. Game has really opened up both ways. Abdullah. Here's Lockhead. Switching ball out towards Adisubayu, but it's behind the former Western United attacker. And out for a throw-in. Play with a bucket load of potential. Adisubayu did see in his stint at Western United in the A-League, 25 appearances, 2 goals as part of that A-League Men Championship winning side. Since then, it's his second season back at Green Gully, but just not been able to string regular appearances together. Battled a lot of injuries since coming back to NPL level. Free kick awarded there to Green Gully. Bozanovsky. McDougall winning the header before Romero could get on the end of it. Here's Bayu. Crossing position here, looking to go himself. Few step overs there from Adisubayu. Fires it near post. And a strong save there from Trenkovsky. It's out for a corner. So Adisubayu thought, fine, I'll do it myself. And swapping sides to that right-hand side. And a few tricky step overs. And Trenkovsky wasn't going to be beaten his near post easily. Not a chance here for Green Gully. It's been a better patch from them. The Gully coaching staff, David Chick, Craig Filer and co, be very pleased with this last few minutes, but still got a mountain to climb if they're to get something from this game. Ball whipped into the area. Trenkovsky got a fist to it. Chases on here for this one, and Regag's happy to see that one out there for a throw. Hope. McDougall. Here's Lockhead. Abdullah in some space on that far side, but couldn't get it to him. Hope. Here's Wynn. Imanzi. Hodges. Coming centrally there, the Englishman. Hope. Lockhead. Heavy first touch, and Stefan Negro did well. Plays it through. Here's Romero. Side of the foot pass to Albano. 3v4 favouring the visitors, but Albano looking to go himself. Plays it along the deck towards Markovsky. Just wide of the mark. Slams the ground in frustration. And Jonas Markovsky, he's wait for a first home goal for Preston. Continues for a little bit longer. 1 goal for the Lions since joining this off-season. It's turned over here. Almost. Hodges did well to win that duel ahead of Albano. Markovsky's sole goal, as we mentioned, coming against Port Melbourne Sharks. That 3-2 loss at JL Murphy Reserve. Have a hamstring injury as well, which sidelined him for a portion at the start of the season, but back in the starting lineup and so close there. It's giving Preston a 3-goal advantage. Kubalay, very, very, very calm in possession from Stefan Negro. Romero looking to feed it through towards Brooks, and Regag did well. Hope lets it run. Rides the first challenge, did well against the second, and plays it out wide towards Jalil Regag. Abdullah is free on that far side if they can spot him, but opts to go for the safer option in Lockhead. Here's Hope. First time ball out to Regay in a crossing position here. Cuts inside, puts on his right, goes for goal! It's off the crossbar! Still a chance here. Lockhead, shot blocked. Comes back out to Abdullah. Curls it towards the back post. Amir Abdullah with an absolute stunner. It's game on again here at BT Connor Reserve. Expertly placed into the top corner there from Abdullah. Just lobbed over the top. Sorry to say the bottom corner. It was just lobbed perfectly around Trenkovski. And that's the talent of Amir Abdullah on show. His 4th goal of the season. He's 18th in NPL Victoria. And he's starting to find his straps and reminding everyone of the talent that he possesses. And suddenly we have a game yet again here at BT Connor Reserve. Moments before that, Jalil Regay almost scored an absolute stunner, smacking the crossbar. But Abdullah finishing off the job with a great goal of his own. So Green Gully firmly back into this game. How can Preston respond? Brooks. Markovski. Ball cleared away first time, and almost a bit of a miscommunication between Tchaikovsky and Bozanovsky, and a heavy touch from Pios, and it's out for a throw-in. So Gully starting to put Preston under some pressure here. Closing in on half-time here, and Preston, who were in control and closing in, you felt, on a 3rd goal. Leighton Brooks hitting the crossbar, Markovski coming close, and you just felt that the way they were attacking that 3rd goal felt like it was coming, but Green Gully back the other way, looking dangerous themselves. And here's Abdullah. Can he add a second from this play here? Still going, Amir Abdullah goes to ground on the edge of the area, and it's a free kick to Green Gully. Hoping for a little bit more and potentially a booking from Jonathan Barrero. We'll get 1 minute of added time to end this first half, and it will be a yellow card awarded. One thing we know about Amir Abdullah, he can hit free kicks, and we saw how expertly placed that goal of his was only a few minutes ago. And he'd be liking his chances from this position. So Preston, what was looking like a comfortable 2-0 lead at the break, suddenly could find themselves level if Abdullah can make the most of this. He's already taken full responsibility of this one, told everyone to step aside. It's the final chance of this first half. Can Gully bring this game level and set things up brilliantly for a massive final 45? Amir Abdullah straight into the wall. Danger not cleared. Win back into the area. Imanzi. Lockhead. Feeds it through to Win. Whips it into the area. It's a dangerous ball. Abdullah was waiting. Calls for a handball. And it's going in the favour of Preston. So a bit of relief there for the Lions. It's Gully right now in control. Really from nowhere. McDougall. And that's the end of the first half here at BT Connor Reserve. And wow, what a first 45 minutes it's been here. Preston leading 2-1 here against Green Gully. They were up 2 to the good early doors thanks to Jason Romero and Gian Albano. A beautiful goal at that from Romero before he turned provider for Albano, who made it 2 goals to the good. It felt as if that third goal was coming. Preston were knocking on the door. Leighton Brooks hitting the crossbar. But on the stroke of halftime, Green Gully pulling one back, courtesy of a brilliant goal from the reigning NPL Victoria gold medalist Amir Abdullah, curling it into the back of the net to set up a big final 45 here at BT Connor Reserve. We're back in around 15 minutes time for the second half here. The score is Preston Lions 2, Green Gully 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the scores Preston 2, Green Gully 1. And as we enter the half-time break, just briefly looking ahead now, our Preston women's team have an away game tomorrow afternoon against the FA Academy, with that game kicking off at 3 p.m. at the home of the Matildas in Pandora. And then the following Friday night, on the 9th of May, our women's team will be hosting South Melbourne here at Genestor Stadium, with the under-20s kicking off at 6:15 p.m, followed by the seniors at 8:30 p.m. Our men's team are back in action again at home this coming Tuesday night as well for round 5 of the Dockney Cup, where we will be facing Lucy United, with that game kicking off at 7:30 p.m. So very much looking forward to a good crowd coming down next Tuesday evening. And following that, our men's team have 2 consecutive away games, with the first being next Saturday night, the 10th of May against Dandenong Thunder, with that game kicking off at 7 p.m. at George E. Drew's Reserve in Dandenong South, followed by another away game against Hume City on the following Friday, the 16th of May, at Glasgow Stadium in West Meadows, with kick-off for that one at 8:30 p.m. Also, just a reminder that we do have our annual Women's Coterie Luncheon coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So that's on Sunday the 1st of June, which will be at the Marnon Estate in Nicholon. Tickets are $130, which includes all your food and drinks. There'll be plenty of entertainment and raffle prizes on offer. We do have some posters up around the ground with a QR code that you can scan to purchase your tickets, so please make sure you support that event. Also,
Welcome back to BT Connor Reserve for the second half of this round 13 NPL Victoria clash. Preston leading here against Green Gully 2-1, courtesy of goals from Jason Romero and John Albano. But Green Gully pulling one back through Amir Abdullah on the stroke of half-time, setting things up for a big second half here. It looks like Green Gully have made a substitution at half-time. Gianluca Iannucci, who started last game, is coming on here. I believe it is Carl Lamanzi, whose evening has come to an end. So going a little bit more attacking here with Iannucci coming on. Maybe Josh Hope will slot in to play a little bit deeper as a result, but going a little bit extra nimble in attack are the visitors. We're hoping to get something from this game and potentially, if they're able to get 3 points here, jump inside the top 6. But for Preston, a win will keep them firmly within touching distance of the top 4. Right now, they'll be 4 points behind Dandy Thunder. Potentially 4 points behind either Heidelberg or Oakley. If there is a winner in that game, it is 0-0 at the moment. If there's a draw, they'll be 5 points behind them. But we bring in live scores from throughout the rest of Victoria, throughout the rest of this broadcast from throughout the rest of Victoria. So almost ready to go here for the second 45 here at BT Connor Reserve. A very cool night here in Melbourne's north as we close in on the winter months. Stark contrast to earlier this season. We had much warmer conditions for those games against Altona and South Melbourne and Hume City. Will be Preston kicking us off, going from right to left in their traditional home red kits, with Green Gully going from left to right in their away blue kits. Looks like there is a little bit of net repair going on that far right side at the moment, just delaying kickoff for the time being. So we just wait now for that to be fixed until we can get things started here for the second half. Just going around the grounds, as we mentioned, Oakley Heidelberg still 0-0. Thrilling game over at J.L. Murphy Reserve. Port Melbourne leading 3-2 against Altona Magic. They came back from 2-0 down to lead in that contest in a battle between the two bottom sides in NPL Victoria. Both teams desperate for points to boost their hopes of survival. Still plenty of time remaining in that game, and down in VPL 1 as well. Moreland City 2-1 up against Brunswick City, and Bentley 1-1 against North Sunshine Eagles. So it looks like we're all set to go after the net repairs on that far right side of your broadcast screen. As we get things underway, Preston Lions 2-1 ahead, looking to build on the impressive start they had to this game, but Green Gully conversely looking to build off their impressive end to that first half, which saw them half the deficit and really put the home side under pressure. Ball's turned over though, and here's an early chance for Preston. Brooks, Romero in a shooting position, feeds it out wide here to Albano. The goal scorer's linking up here. Albano cuts between two players, still going John Albano, and it's blocked by his own teammate. Comes out to Stefan Negro, who flashes that one out for a goal kick, and I believe it was Jonas Markovski who got in the way of that John Albano effort. Did so well to skip between a few Green Gully players, and in the end it was Markovski who was unfortunately in the way, that little bit of friendly fire. Here's Kubalay. Preston doing well to assume control early of this second half. McDougall with a long ball towards Bayou. Bozanovsky wins the header. Pios. Hope, who's slotted in centrally after Imanzi's come off the field. Kubalay. Great touch there from Brooks. Coming centrally here, Leighton Brooks. He fires from range! Oh, Leighton Brooks! That is superb. He absolutely rocketed that one in off his right foot and into the top corner. He's back on the score sheet yet again. He's 5th of the season. He's had to be patient waiting for that 5th goal of the season, but he makes it count with an absolute peach. And what a response out of the gates from Preston. Gully had all the momentum going into halftime. They had brought themselves back into this contest, and Preston re-establish their 2-goal buffer, courtesy of a Leighton Brooks special. As Josh Parrish aptly put it earlier in the season, it seems like he only scores bangers, and right now, he's on an absolute tear. He's back on the score sheet, 5 goals now this season. I tell you what, we've got definitely 3 nominations. They'll be in the running for goal of the week just from this game alone. How can Gully respond here? Abdullah goes to ground and he wins a free kick against Romero, so dangerous opportunity here for the visitors. Amir Abdullah was starting to really impact the contest late in that first half. He did get that goal to level the scores, and he is standing over this free kick. Abdullah. It's into the back post, and it's cleared off the line. It was Trenkovski, but it's an offside. It was Trenkovski who made the save. It was the run coming through from Jalil Regag at the back post. A desperate stop from Trenkovski, but it wouldn't have counted. The flag was up. Good response there from Green Gully. So close to pulling one back almost immediately. What a start to this second half here. Pios. Markovski looking to flick it on. Romero. Oh, intercepted there from Wynn. Brooks was in behind yet again. He's riding the hot hand at the moment. And Brooks does well to get back and intercept the New Zealand international. Pios turns it over. Hope. But Pios did well to mop up again and take the ball away from the feet of Lockhead. And that's a brilliant ball looking for Albano, but Crooks got a key foot in. Still got a bit more work to do, and he did very well there, Matthew Crooks. John Albano was charging down for that one. Yeah, throw in here for Green Gully. Here's Lockhead. Crooks. Regag. Yanucci. Here's Yanucci. Feeds it out wide to Lockhead. So, good opportunity here for Gully. Lockhead cuts inside. Yanucci stops, props, and just puts it wide. It did take a deflection. And it's out for a corner. And Gianluca Yanucci, he does have the spectacular in him. He scored a plethora of amazing goals throughout his career. Doesn't mind the pop from range, and good opportunity there for Gully. Still an opportunity here from the corner. Abdullah whips it into the near post. Nodded away by Kubalay. Lockhead. It's for goal in the end, and a bit of a cross-come shot from Lockhead, but it's nodded away. Kubalay puts it out there for a throw-in. Lockhead. Switching ball out wide, intercepted by Negro. Kubalay does well to ride the challenges and play it out wide there to Leighton Brooks. Bozanovsky. Brooks feeds it through to Negro, and here go Preston again. Plays alongside him, Stefan Negro plays it out wide towards Markovski, whips it into the area. Crooks lets it run for just a moment. Albano, Romero couldn't get the ball out from underneath him, and it was well played from Hope to deny the American. Hodges. Here's Wynn. Crooks, Abdullah. Of course, Green Gully today without Casper Hallam, who's out suspended. Big loss for them. Coming to tonight in some really good form, but missing due to accumulating his 5th yellow card of the season last week. A few players for both teams as well, skating a bit of a fine line. Get to that in just a moment. As to who some of those players are and whether that does come into the thinking at all of either coach. As here's Lockhead. Amir Abdullah, well defended by Kubalay. Ball switched out wide towards Crooks. Himself in a crossing position. Crooks cutting inside, plays it short to Abdullah. Still going, goes to ground on the edge of the box. No free kick, Hope! And it's saved by Trenkovski. And David Cheek is not happy. He thought that they should have had a free kick on the edge of the area, but Jonathan Barrero unmoved. Still able to fashion an opportunity through Josh Hope, but straight at Lucas Trenkovski in the end. So some of those players on 4 yellow cards. Liam Driscoll, Morris Nugent, who is on the bench today. Jalil Regaig. Scott Lockhead as well on 4 yellow cards. It's just something to keep an eye on throughout the second half. Meanwhile for Preston, Matthew Bozanovsky on 4 yellow cards himself. And same with Stefan Negro. So keeping an eye on that one throughout the second half. If either of those players do end up receiving a booking, as Kubalay playing it through, McDougall getting back, and Driscoll clears it out there for a throw. So Mr. Green Gully did make the one change at half-time. Carla Manzi coming off and replaced by Gianluca Yanucci. Both teams still have plenty of options on the bench to turn to. Gully still have the likes of Riley Byrne, Morris Nugent, Braden Portelli and Elione Kifley. Very youthful bench for the visitors. Preston, Aaron Anderson, Bond Scott, Giorgio Serdenis, Connor Bell, Marcus Schroen and Brandon Lawton, so much talent. As he can slot in all over the park for the home side, as here's Lockhead. Does well, Scott Lockhead, and he goes to ground, and that's going to be a free kick there to Gully. Crooks under pressure there as Gully looked to play out from the back after this free kick. Bozanovsky under pressure here from Hope, and he managed to get a foot in. Plays it back to Trenkovsky. Brooks. Lining there with Negro and forced to go all the way back to Tchaikovsky. It's turned over. Lockhead in to come centrally. Strong challenge there from Emil Pios. Now a chance for Preston to go back the other way. Kubalay, Brooks. They're lining up in the middle. Markovsky did well to make up for the first touch. Plays it out wide to Romero. Cutting inside. Romero still going. Opens up the chance for himself, but the effort just along the deck. And it's cleared away, and now Gully can go. Lockhead. Good challenge from Pios to intercept that one before it could get through to Hope. Here's Kubalay. Game is stretched a little bit here. Albano. It's towards the byline. His cross is deflected there by Crooks, and the challenge from Markovsky giving away the free kick on McDougall. Driscoll. Here's Regag. Abdullah. This ball comes there from Adisubayu. Been quiet today. His first start of the season. Going to play it back, and well defended there by Oli Kubalay. Denying the former Western United attacker an opportunity to find one of his teammates, and Lockhead, Hodges, back to Lockhead. Driving through the middle, Hope. Lockhead again, Pios does well. No free kick given, and another tumble there in the middle of the park, and it's going the way of Preston. And the Green Gully bench is not happy. They felt they should have had a free kick earlier. So just looking across the grounds at the moment, Oakley and Heidelberg locked at 1-1. Port Melbourne leading 3-2 against Altona. As we tick over an hour here, 3-1 to Preston. In case you missed it, Leighton Brooks restoring Preston's 2-goal advantage with a stunning long-range goal. It's Romero and Albano in the first half for the Lions, who got them 2 goals to the good. For Amir Abdullah did pull one back for Gully just before the half-time break. Still plenty of time in this contest for plenty more action to happen. There's been some brilliant goals in this contest. Did mention that 3 of the 4 goals could easily be in the mix for goal of the week. They're going to be hard to beat. As here's Romero. Albano. Valenti. Here's Tchaikovsky driving forward from defence. Albano. Coming centrally, still going John Albano. Gets around Crooks. Crooks got back and made a big challenge. Here's Kubalay. Pios. Forced to go all the way back to Tchaikovsky. Here's Kubalay. It's turned over by Romero. Lockhead looking to push it back the other way, and it's a good battle here on this near side. Lockhead cuts inside, has Abdullah in support. Abdullah skips around one. Pios does well to get back and win it back there for the home side. Kubalay, lovely ball over the top. Brooks looking to get in behind. He's one-on-one here with Regaig, and he to stop and prop and look to cross it into the area, and he wins a corner in the end. So a big month coming up for both of these two sides as we tick over the halfway point of the season after next week. Preston in action only a few days' time in the Cup against Whittlesea United here at BT Connor Reserve on Tuesday night. And on the road against Dandy Thunder and Hume City in their next two after that. Then Dandy City, their next home game in 3 weeks' time. Some big tests coming up from Preston. Some real big games for them if they want to lock in a final spot. Ball whipped into the area. It's cleared away. Abdullah. Regaig. Does well, and he's going on a bit of an adventure here, the Gully centre-back, Jalil Regaig. And he's still going. There's hope in support. Plays it short. It's turned over, and now a chance for Preston to go back the other way. And the ball over the top towards Markovski. He times his run well. Jonas Markovski bearing down on goal. Has players in support in the middle. Markovski looking to go himself and perhaps just took a second too long. Wynn did well. Here's Negro. Pios. Open on the edge of the area, and his shot's blocked. Bayou. Pios does well to win it back. Valenti. Oh, and it just rolled past Ollie Kubalay. And Driscoll's there to mop up. Conversely for Green Gully, their next three games in all competitions, all at home. Havendale at home next week before playing Thunder twice in a week in the Cup and in the league. Both games at home, and then on the road against Oakley after that one. So a big stint at home coming up for the visitors. Here's Abdullah. Playing it out wide towards Lockhead. Along the deck towards Adisu Bayou, and it's a good challenge by Tchaikovsky. Here's Lockhead. Crosses it into the area, and it's beaten everyone, and it's out for a goal kick. Scott Lockhead's looked very dangerous for Green Gully in the second half, but just been unable to get that all-important goal to get themselves back within one. Preston still yet to turn to their bench. 2 goals to the good. And to entrench themselves inside the top 6 with a win today and keep themselves firmly in the mix for the top 4, the all-important top 4 really. Of course, a guaranteed home final. Top 2, of course, guaranteed passage straight through to the semis, and a home semi at that as well. Kubalay playing it out wide, sets a real task for Negro. He wins the throw-in, colliding there with Yanucci. Playing it all the way back to Tchaikovsky. To settle things down here are the Lions. Valenti. So they're just coming off the outside of the foot. It's out there for a throw-in for Green Gully. Here's Kubalay. Pios. Back through towards Kubalay. Feeds it through, looking for the run of Markovski. McDougall getting across and putting it out for a throw-in. Flick through there from Kubalay, intercepted by Crooks. Throw in here again for the visitors. Still got a mountain to climb to get themselves back in this contest and give themselves a chance at a result here. Preston at the moment in control. Looking the goods right now to secure a third consecutive win in all competitions. Extend their undefeated run in the league to 4 straight games. Of course, those 3 undefeated games before this, the 1-0 win against Melbourne Knights, 0-0 against Melbourne Victory, and the 2-1 win against St Albans. Here's Romero. Valenti. Preston happy just to slow things down a little bit here and take a bit of the sting out of the contest. Crooks. Abdullah. Crooks fouled there by Albano. Coming from the bench there from Gully to move Josh Hope centrally to play as the number 9. Tisubay heading out to the left, and it seems like Gianluca Iannucci playing in behind as the number 10. Here's Iannucci. Feeds it through towards Abdullah. In a crossing position here, the goal scorer, and he wins the corner. Jake Tchaikovsky believed it came off Abdullah last, and it should have been a goal kick, but nonetheless, going in the favour here of the visitors. Abdullah playing it short. Here's Lockhead. Abdullah. Cross comes off the head there of Adrian Valenti, and he hits the turf here and going to require a stoppage after that one. So looking around the grounds, and Heidelberg have taken the lead against Oakley. They've come back from a goal behind and now find themselves in the lead, and in fact top of the table for the time being, leapfrogging Avondale, who of course play South Melbourne tomorrow. And should this result stand, Preston will be at least 4 points outside the top 4 regardless of results, given that Oakley will be on 25 points, and if Preston win on 21, Dandy Thunder of course can leapfrog Oakley with a result tomorrow against St Albans. It's starting to put the pressure yet again back on the top 4 are the Lions. Green Gully be 2 points behind Hume City. Could fall to as low as 9th, depending on how results fall, between Melbourne Victory, of course, playing against Hume, and Dandy City, who are just behind them in action against Melbourne Knights. Play will now resume. Adrian Valenti all good to go after that one. Gully getting possession back as they last had the ball. Here's Lockhead as Abdullah in support. Cutting inside here, Amir Abdullah. Here's Crooks. Lockhead calling for it in support, and he just floats it into the back post. Bayou got a head to it. Here's Wynn. Forced to retreat here to Jalil Regaig. Doesn't mind an effort from range, as does this man here, Paul Hodges. Crooks. Back to Hodges. Abdullah. Patiently waiting for their opportunity here are the visitors. Hodges, Abdullah, Hope. Strong challenge there from Markovski. Not cleared. Now it is by Bozanovski. And it looks like we are going to get a substitution here for the Preston Lions. It is going to be Connor Bell, who comes on here for John Albano. Embarrassment of riches on the bench for the Preston Lions. Albano makes way. A goal to his name today. Scored the second for Preston. His third of the season. And Connor Bell on in his place, who of course has had a bit of a delayed start to this season. 8 appearances, majority of those off the bench, of course working his way back from injury. Only the 2 starts. And the 1 goal to his name, of course, coming against Avondale. But hoping to get back to his brilliant best. As we're heading towards the second half of the season, we know how damaging he is. When he's up and going, is for the most part been one of the first names on the team sheet and a mainstay of the Preston lineup as they've made their way up through the divisions. Valenti. It's off the outside of the foot and it's out there for a throw-in. Here's Regaig. Breaking ball towards Amir Abdullah. It's not a bad ball at all because it does find him perfectly. Here's Abdullah. In to go himself here. Cuts on his right and it's out for a corner. Took a deflection off Adrian Valenti, and Jalil Regaig's had a very impressive showing, I've thought, for the visitors tonight. Of course, seconds before Abdullah's goal, he smacked the crossbar with a long-range effort of his own, but very assured with his passing. Abdullah. So right into the mixer, and Trenkovski got a fist to it. Regaig goes for goal. An audacious effort there from the Gully centre-back. And it's out for a goal kick. Would have taken something quite spectacular from the tight angle to beat Lucas Trenkovski. Gully have only made the 1 change so far, with Gianluca Iannucci coming on for Carla Manzi, but still yet to make any more. Preston as well, only making that 1 change just before, with Connor Bell coming on for John Albano. Still plenty of options for both coaches on the bench as Valenti. Passes blocked by Abdullah. Tchaikovsky sends it up the line. Bell, lovely flick on. And Romero's ball just sits up in the air. Markovski keeps it alive. Regaig under pressure there from Connor Bell, and Bell looking to continue his press here on Driscoll. Wynn just wins it ahead of Brooks. Oh, and a risky pass centrally towards Hodges, and he's still under the pump here is the Englishman. Now Lockhead, and Gully do well to work their way through the press. Here's Abdullah. Crooks offering support centrally, looking to go himself there, Abdullah. His shot's blocked, and it's out for a corner. Trenkovski couldn't keep it alive, so another chance here for Gully. Hoping to set up a little bit of a grandstand finish if they're able to pull one back. Crooks, short to Abdullah from the short corner. Skips around Romero, whips it in. Not a bad ball. Trenkovski punches it away. Lockhead fires, and it rolls along the deck straight at Trenkovski. And Preston can breathe a sigh of relief for the time being. Still just under 15 minutes remaining in this game. 3-1 in the lead. Gully have started to ramp up the pressure in search of bringing it back to a single goal. Hope. Locking horns there with Emil Pios. Crooks. Hodges skips around his man. It's Hope offering support short. Feeds it out wide to Amir Abdullah. Back through towards Josh Hope. Hope cuts it centrally. Yanucci's waiting, but a desperate challenge from Bozanovsky, denying the goal-bound Yanucci. And Bozanovsky perhaps might have come off worse for wear. Courageous effort there from the Preston centre-half to deny Yanucci. Of course, him and both Bozanovsky and Yanucci spent time together at Melbourne Victory. That was desperate from the centre-half to get across and deny what would have certainly been a goal-bound chance from Yanucci. You'd back him to at least test Trenkovsky from that position. As we take a moment here, a bit of a breather as Bozanovsky receives treatment. Just exit the field for the time being is the lumbering centre-half. Such a big impact he has had at Preston since arriving this off-season. Looks like he'll be good to continue, just we'll have to wait for his welcome back onto the field from the referee. Do have Aaron Anderson on the bench, do Preston. They do want to make a change in the heart of the back line, of course, getting him back after he missed last week. Throw in here for Green Gully, and they're going to make a substitution. We Alion Kiflay coming on here, and Adisu Bayou's evening comes to an end. Alion Kiflay, the youngster, the 20-year-old. Seen him sporadically throughout the last 2 seasons. Second season, of course, now in the senior setup here at Green Gully, but hoping to make the most of his opportunity here and perhaps spark a little bit of a revival. McDougall. Valencia did well. Here's Connor Bell. Markovsky going to feed it through back towards Bell, but McDougall got across and made the interception. Crooks. Driscoll. It's a real task for Declan Wynn. It's out for a throw-in. And the Preston fans letting him know about it after that one. Here's Pios. To keep possession. Trenkovsky playing it all the way back to Trenkovsky. Here's Negro. Kubalay with the pirouette and calling there for a free kick, and it doesn't go Preston's way. Green Gully looking to push back the other way through Yanucci, and he wins the free kick this time, and the fans in the grandstand not happy with that decision one little bit there from Jonathan Barrero. Here's Crooks. Abdullah. Hope. Back to Abdullah. Hope again. In towards the byline, and he whips it into a dangerous position. Igro clears it. Lockhead, did he control it with his arm? Referee says no. Press looking to go back the other way, and that's going to be a free kick going to the home side and a yellow card to Paul Hodges. So just awaiting confirmation. It looks like Preston are about to make yet another change. Looks like it is going to be Marcus Schroen who be brought on to shore up this result. Marcus Schroen, who of course in his second season now at Preston, has played a lot as a substitute this year. Did start a few games playing as a false nine when they had a few of their attacking options missing. Scored against Melbourne Knights. Of course, ticked over 200 games as well, and closing in as well on 50 goals in NPL Victoria. 48 to his name. Inucci. Brigade looking to go himself here, and he goes to ground. That's going to be a free kick to Green Gully. Looks like there's an injury here for Preston. The calling immediately here for the physio after that challenge. And they're immediately calling for the stretcher as well. This seems serious and not a good sign whatsoever. See, the call was coming immediately from the Preston teammates, and it's getting confirmation of who went to ground. If it's Emil Pios who's down at the moment receiving treatment, and this is it's not a sight that we want to see, having to be assisted from the ground here after that challenge. And we are going to see Preston make a triple substitution with Marcus Schroen, Giorgio Sodenis and Brandon Lawton coming on. But you can see here the Preston players and staff just to try and help Pios off the turf and onto the stretcher. Slowly making his way off here. Wishing Emil all the best. So we're just waiting until that triple sub will be made. But of course it is a free kick to Green Gully, because it was in that challenge that led to the Gully free kick. But Schroen, Lawton and Sir Dennis will have to wait a little bit longer for their introduction. In fact, no, the subs are going to happen right now. So Jason Romero, one of the three to come off, a goal and an assist to his name today. A really big performance from the American. Let's see there, Brandon Lawton, Marcus Schroen coming on, and of course as well, Jonas Markovski as well to be replaced here. So triple change confirmed there from the Preston Lions. So a free kick here for Green Gully. Some defending to do here for Preston. Ball whipped into the area. Hope got ahead to it. Did it take a deflection? It's out for a goal kick. Didn't come off a Preston player last, according to Jonathan Barrero. Trankowski sending it long. For a throw-in, you have to think perhaps a little bit of added time be added on after that stoppage to assist Pios off the field after that injury. Here's Abdullah getting in behind, but well defended by Valenti. He's had a big task against Amir Abdullah today and has held himself well. Here's Crooks to take the throw. Kiflay. Here's McDougall stepping up from defence. Hope. Still going Josh Hope. Crooks. Strong challenge there from Sir Dennis getting back and helping out Lawton. And it's going to be a free kick going to Green Gully. It was Hodges who hit the deck. So yet again, another set-piece opportunity here for the visitors. Time is running out. They're down by 2 goals. It's going to be Abdullah who takes this free kick, and call coming up from McDougall to come up from the back. Abdullah. Get away there by Brooks. Regag, though, is the first to react. Win. Negro does well to win the ball back. And here's Lawton. Looking to get forward. Looking to feed it through towards Marcus Schroen. Cuts inside here, Schroen. Curls it on his left. Brilliant stop by Driscoll. Still a chance for Bell. Sir Dennis. Cross is blocked. Now Gully looking to go back the other way. Here's Hope. Kifler. Hope. Looking to feed it through towards Amir Abdullah. He gets in behind Abdullah, rounds the goalkeeper and pulls one back. Amir Abdullah has a second. And we have a grandstand finish on the cards here at BT Connor Reserve. It's 3-2. Amir Abdullah scoring his 5th goal of the season, his 2nd of the game. He struck at the end of the first half, and now he's struck at the end of the second. And suddenly, this game is firmly up for grabs yet again. Just waiting on confirmation of how much added time there will be, but just having a peek of Lucas Mattia's board, and it does look like perhaps we could be having around 5 minutes of added time, as here's Kifler feeding it out wide towards Abdullah. Still going Amir Abdullah. Gets the byline. Key intervention there from Bozanovsky. And it's out for a throw. Confirmation there will be 5 minutes of added time. Abdullah. Crooks. Here's Lockhead. Floats it in towards the back post. Trankowski comes off his line and collects. A big stop there from the Preston goalkeeper. Every second so important here for Preston to take off the clock. Trankowski sending it long. So Dennis and Regay contest. McDougall sends it long up the field, but they'll go straight back to Trankowski, who can take his time here and chew up some more time. Crooks. Schroen winning the header. Out of bounds for a throw-in. Crooks going all the way back to McDougall. Here's Regag. Out wide towards Wynn. Yanucci. Kifler. Here's Yanucci. Received possession after that deflection. Still going here, Yanucci. Cutting back. Has plays in support. Whips it into the area. Abdullah was waiting at the back post. Valenti with a key header. Abdullah chasing this one down. Gets there ahead of Bell. Crooks. Lockhead. Goes for goal. And it's gone wide there from the Scotsman. And again, more precious seconds off the clock. And it was always going to take something spectacular there from Scott Lockhead to beat Trenkovski from range. Trenkovski sends it long. Schroen and Crooks contest. Abdullah sends it centrally. Yanucci. Here's Lockhead. He's in behind, but the flag is up. And it denies the Scotsman a goal-scoring opportunity. A sigh of relief there for Preston. But Scott Lockhead just timed his run a little bit early. Tchaikovsky playing it short. Trenkovski sends it long. It wasn't the best of clearances. Tchaikovsky winning the header. Schroen. Lawton nods it forward and wins a free kick. A big free kick won there for the Lions. Closing in on a big 3 points here. They're going to make another substitution, Preston. They'll throw on Aaron Anderson to shore things up in defence. It's Aaron Anderson on here, and it is going to be the end of the game for Adrian Valenti. So Stefan Negro will shift over to left back. Anderson sliding in at right back. Tchaikovsky sending it long. McDougall wins the header. Crooks contests with Lawton. Schroen with the interception. Lawton. Hodges did well. McDougall. Lockhead. Crooks sending it long up the field. Tchaikovsky winning the header. Hope. Lockhead nodding it forward. Tchaikovsky looking to send the boot through it, but didn't get convincing enough of a clearance. But Sir Dennis did well, and he wins the free kick. Win with a strong challenge and receives a yellow card. More time off the clock here for the home side. Just ticked over the 5 minutes of added time. There can't be long left in this one. We're at the mercy now of referee Jonathan Barrero. Call will probably be from the lines to simply get it towards the corners. Kubalay bringing it out wide, and it wasn't the best of balls out towards Marcus Schroen, and it's intercepted. And now a chance for Gully to go back the other way. Kiflay looking to feed it through, but straight through to Bosanovsky. In fact, the ball had gone out of bounds. Much to the delight of the Preston fans in that grandstand. Lujancevski asking how long. Preston closing in on a big 3 points here. Kiflay, Lockhead, ball's turned over. Kubalay, out wide towards Lawton. Lawton along the deck. McDougall Sir Dennis wins it back, goes to ground inside the box. No penalty. Green Gully looking to go back the other way. Lockhead, Crooks. Connor Bell with a massive challenge. Winning it back here for Preston. A huge effort from the Englishman. Schroen, Bell centrally to Lawton. Hodges wins it back. Sends it long up the field towards Abdullah. Negro got a foot in, and that's the final whistle. Preston claim all 3 points in a thriller. What a game here at BT Connor Reserve. Preston get the job done. They had to work for it against a very gallant Green Gully. But they come away with a hard-fought 3 points and entrench themselves inside the top 6, heading into the halfway point of the season. Jason Romero opened the scoring for Preston with a perler from range before teeing one up for John Albano to double their lead in the first half. Amir Abdullah pulled one back for Green Gully on the brink of half-time before Leighton Brooks restored Preston's lead just after the half-time break with a stunning long-range goal. Amir Abdullah was able to pull one back and set up a grandstand finish, but Preston were able to hold firm and come away with a big 3 points here and lock themselves into 5th on the ladder and extend their unbeaten run in the league to 4 consecutive games. Green Gully, on the other hand, their winning streak comes to an end, but can take plenty from their effort, particularly almost coming back from 2 goals down twice and really giving themselves a red-hot crack. But they'll remain outside the top 6, heading into a massive game against Avondale next week, while Preston will have to gear up for a short turnaround for Cup football against VPL 2 outfit Whittlesea United at home on Tuesday night. Thank you very much for your company here on the Preston Lions Facebook page and the Football Victoria YouTube page. We leave you with these scenes. Preston Lions 3, Green Gully 2.